Every narrative in WWE is overseen by Triple H, who is also the company's chief creative officer. At a major function, the icon was seen shaking hands and embracing a Hall of Famer. Earlier this month, Donald Trump became the 45th president-elect of the United States. He is also a WWE Hall of Famer. But he's been the subject of much controversy, with many accusations leveled against him over the years. The Hall of Famer walked out to meet the game as he was ready to become president for a record-breaking 11th time. Fans didn't take long to notice the intriguing exchange between the two. Photos of Triple H and Donald Trump's encounter at UFC 309 have gone popular online. After shaking hands, Triple H embraced the WWE Hall of Famer. Donald Trump had been dancing as he had approached the location. To conclude their exchange, the two embraced and shook hands. Pictures of the event have gone viral, and people are talking about it on social media. When people think of WWE, they often think of Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. After stepping down as co-CEO previously, Stephanie has been noticeably absent from WWE recently. She sometimes makes surprise cameos, and fans always look forward to them. At WrestleMania 40, she announced a new period in WWE history, dubbed the Paul Levesque period. This time, she and her husband were spectators at UFC 309 for Jon Jones's comeback bout versus Stipe Miocic. Jones was triumphant in the highly anticipated bout that captivated the whole audience. It is unclear if any of the mixed martial arts competitors will ever appear at a WWE event, since TKO is affiliated with both the UFC and WWE, whether inside or outside of the ring. Triple H, the iconic coup and wrestling icon of WWE, is no stranger to generating headlines. However, he was the center of attention for a very different reason at a recent prominent event. After Triple H was spotted hugging a contentious WWE Hall of Famer, fans were taken aback and began to wonder what this reunion would signify for the future of wrestling. Has this been a one-of-a-kind gesture, a precursor to a possible partnership, or something more substantial? The WWE Universe is abuzz with speculation after the video went viral. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty of this story-making incident. A sold-out stadium in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, played host to WWE's highly anticipated worldwide showcase. Amazing bouts, surprising debuts, and star-studded lineups are what have made this yearly event famous. The same held true this year. The night's most talked about topic was the unexpected off-ring drama, which fans were flocking to see. Backstage, Triple H was seen welcoming WWE Hall of Famer Hulk Hogan, who some viewers may have thought was an unusual visitor. Despite being a legendary figure in wrestling, Hulk Hogan has been a polarizing character in recent years. His impact as a cultural icon and trailblazer in wrestling is indisputable, but his image has taken a hit due to scandals, such as the 2015 release of racist comments. As a result of the criticism, Hogan was forced to leave WWE for a while. Despite his 2018 reinstatement to the Hall of Fame and subsequent few appearances, many fans continue to be split on his participation at WWE events. In light of this, it was surprising to see Triple H openly praise Hogan, a man who has meticulously shaped WWE's contemporary image. It happened behind the scenes, away from the glare of the ring, but yet within range of the cameras that appeared to be following the action all night long. Hogan was greeted by Triple H, who was beaming, as he made his way into the backstage area. After a short exchange of pleasantries, the two embraced each other tightly. Both men seemed to put aside any residual difficulties, and the meeting was characterized by observers as friendly and sincere. With his trademark bandana and a wide smile, Hogan seemed to be equally happy with the encounter. Viewers were eager to share their thoughts as the video became viral on the internet. Some people were happy by the reunion, and others were shocked, as expected. Many wrestlers may trace their careers back to Hogan. Watching Triple H's embrace him is a beautiful display of appreciation for all he has done for the industry. One fan remarked, "Fans who recall Hogan's scandals will find this insulting." Somebody else chimed in to say that WWE ought to be making progress and not regressing. Aside from Hogan's contributions to wrestling history, the argument rekindled conversations on his legacy and if his previous deeds should take precedence. Curiously, this reunion has happened at this very moment. Following Vince McMahon's semi-retirement, Triple H has assumed a more prominent position in creative choices inside WWE, which is now experiencing considerable changes. The hug has some fans wondering whether it's a sign that Hogan will be more involved with WWE going forward. Imagine if he came back to the big screen, maybe in a managerial or ambassadorial capacity. Or was it just a private exchange between two seasoned professionals? The fact that Triple H is known to be a business whiz only adds fuel to the fire. The Game is the one show that may salvage Hogan's reputation while making the most of his everlasting star power. There is a lengthy tradition of second chances in the wrestling profession. After enduring controversies in their personal lives or on the job, some entertainers have achieved forgiveness, including Shawn Michaels and Jeff Hardy. WWE has often embraced the concept of redemption and rebirth, even if Hogan's provocative comments and aftermath were clearly detrimental. If the Hall of Famer keeps showing remorse, Triple H may be sending a message that he is ready to move on by embracing Hogan. The complicated history that Triple H and Hogan have extends beyond their professional connections. They had an on-screen and off-screen feud during Hogan's early 2000s comeback to WWE. According to Triple H, who was on the rise at the time, Hogan was hesitant to let the younger talent take over. But it seems like their connection has become softer over the years. In spite of the controversy, Triple H has often stated his admiration for Hogan's achievements in the business. It is possible to see this widespread support as the last stage of that changing dynamic. The sky's the limit if Hogan does really return to WWE programming. Could he team up with up-and-coming artists, using his fame to help them reach new heights? Alternatively, he may make a triumphant comeback as a villain, capitalizing on his divisive image. Many fans have even fantasized about Hogan appearing at WrestleMania as a special enforcer or guest presenter for a major event. No matter what, people would definitely be talking about Hogan if they saw him on a WWE ring. Triple H and Hogan's hug was brief, but it left an impression that will last a lifetime. It's a perfect example of how wrestling can combine private narratives with public spectacle to produce unforgettable moments that fans will talk about for a long time. The reunion is certainly a topic of conversation, regardless of whether you think it's a kind gesture or a problematic gaffe. Moments like this suggest that WWE is open to balancing the past and the future as it evolves under Triple H's guidance. Who knows whether Hogan will have a bigger role as part of that balancing? What the hug really means is anyone's guess at this point. Did it mark the beginning of a more substantial relationship? Or was it just a chance encounter? We'll have to wait for the next WWE storyline to find out. That is precisely what draws spectators to the unpredictable realm of professional wrestling.